What's up, everybody? Charlie B back in the building. I ain't gonna say that. Welcome to Bizarro. I know y'all didn't miss me. Today we gonna get into this, and once again, it ain't gonna be good. I hope everybody enjoyed my video last night. Really touched on some things, don't you think? But let's get it. Let's go, man. You know I don't waste your time.
What's up, Resurrection Ranch family? It's the Resurrection Ranch at Resurrection Campers, and we have gone mobile with the vision: can these dry bones live? And
now, can we really talk for a second? Did they use Grandma Lily to build this channel up, allegedly knowing they was gonna let her go at some point? Because Tim don't want to do gutters and stuff like that. And without Resurrection Ranch, you have no more income, Grandma Lily. So now you have to work for me, and I can still do more editing and more videoing because I can sit on my butt because my mama's outside on my roof. If it starts leaking, let's get it, let's go, man. And no, let's not. Resurrection Ranch, y'all are on IAG, jump back. How do you make IAG Farms and Resurrection Ranch one place? Can you explain this to me? Peanut Game, please help me. I'm confused. It's at Resurrection Ranch. Now, Resurrection Ranch is on IAG Farms. How can you have a ranch and a farm in the same yard? Thought about that one. He has a ranch and a farm in the same yard, y'all. That sounds real stupid, don't it? Right? Okay, now, when are you going to just drop it and let everybody know we done with Grandma? It's no Resurrection Ranch. This is RC Campers. Because you know your views will go down to like, what, 1,500 a day?
we are Resurrecting Campers, and our very first camper is the original RC Resurrection Camper, our first camper that we resurrected literally from the dust.
Okay, it doesn't live. You can't resurrect it. You know what you did, Megan? I don't know why your husband keeps writing this down for you. Can you, the next time when he gives you a script, just say, Tim, it's not resurrected. We're just restoring the thing, Tim. It doesn't have no life. It never lived, really. You can't... Yes or no, right? Now, let's jump on to some more, right? She's gonna sit up here and say that this is the first one they doing in all this, right? You know Charlie B be on it. It's like Middle Society. I ain't gonna say the word, but you know you done messed up, don't you? You know you done messed up, don't you? You know you done messed up, don't you? She just said all that. And then she's about to tell y'all that we might not be doing campers really anymore, y'all. It's whatever God says. And we already know from my show last night, with you, if God says it, allegedly Tim has told it to you. Let's get it, let's go, man.
And we were able to just resurrect it completely, reframe it, including the roof. There was a huge...
You know what, Tim? I love it when you be sitting up there trying to act like you the man and you just rebuilt this thing, right? Right? Did y'all look up in the corner? Tim rebuilt this whole thing, right? The 2x4 that runs up the wall and to the main roof isn't even connected. You supposed to cut that at an angle, bro. I don't know what angle it is, but it looks like maybe a 45-degree angle. You should have cut that, had that connect straight to the roof and screwed all that in. But you couldn't because you refused to take the metal off of it because you would have ruined the whole thing. You couldn't strip it in the front like that to get the screws in. Is that why you did that allegedly? I don't know. But my whole point is if y'all look up in that corner, the front of Tim rebuilt this thing, right? The front of it is not even attached to the main frame. Take that down the road at 80. Good luck.
hole in the roof. And so this is the first resurrection camper, who we've given the identity of Happy Camper. And
they gonna stand on this, giving this thing an identity, ain't they? Okay, what's the social security number?
I have some extremely exciting news. When the Resurrection Ranch vision first went mobile and the Lord spoke to us about Resurrection Camper and literally told me to start at Resurrection Camper and to go there.
Here we go with Tim script writing again. She's about to sound like an idiot. Allegedly. You ready for this one? You ready for this one? She just told you what? What'd she just say? The Lord came to her and told her to go there, to the camper. That's what the new Resurrection Ranch was, right? Right? It's not paying off for Tim. Allegedly, it's not paying off. So now she about to tell you, allegedly, how she don't nobody know what the Lord wants them to do or what they're going to do with this resurrection thing or with this camper thing. She's going to tell you we're all over the place, but don't listen to that because Tim wrote this and it's supposed to go over your head too. Next.
And he just hit us with the vision that Can These Dry Bones Live was about resurrecting things, resurrecting people. It was about hope. And he
don't watch us. They don't watch us. We came on here and basically he's going to stand on that dry bones. But did you see how they trying to play it now? Did you catch it? Did you catch it? Most people wouldn't have caught it if you wasn't paying attention like Charlie D do. Listen to this one. Remember when dry bones was resurrecting the dead? Dead things, right? Now dry bones means resurrecting people. What we talked about, living people. we proving you, bruh, that now you still gotta say dry bones, but now you gotta try to fix it. Gotta try to fix it, right? You won't ever come on here and say it's about dead things again, will you?
Shooting that vision everywhere he could, every place that it would land, he was sending it there. And he spoke to us and he said that God, would be displaying his power over and over and over again. And I thought that meant that we would be resurrecting multiple campers. And obviously, I think that is a part of the plan as well.
But God changed his mind again. He got a whole new plan for us. You know that God a tricky little something. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? And when God talks to Tim, he talks to y'all. God sent y'all down. You don't have your own personal thoughts with God. Oh, let me get that right. Jump back. Yesterday, no. Because if you didn't see the video yesterday, she had the nerve to say she can't handle talking to God, allegedly. No. God has to talk to Tim, and then Tim has to tell her what God said. Facts. Let's get it. Let's go, man. No joke. I can't even get it out tongue tied. No jokey joke right there. This is some mess. This is some mess. Women out there, are y'all going to be with a man that tell you, I don't care how long you've been in your book. Don't listen to God anymore. God talks to me. There's a new way of Christ. And I'm going to tell you what it is. If Miss B came at me like that right now, I'd be coming on here tomorrow like, your boy single, y'all. Your boy single, y'all. She crazy. She crazy. Get out my house.
He has been displaying his power over and over and over again, just with our first resurrection camper, whose identity is now Happy Camper.
Okay, allegedly. Petty time. What did y'all just hear? Allegedly. I'm going to tell you what I heard. And then y'all come in here and roast me, whatever y'all want to do. But I really don't care what none of y'all have to say. I will answer it. Me and Miss B will answer in the comments or something like that. But I'm only worried about my peanut game. Now, peanut game. She's going to double down on this thing has a personality, right? identity. If something has an identity, is it living? If something has an identity as a man or as a woman, shouldn't you respect that person? Right? Okay. She's sitting on here trying to explain to y'all that she wants y'all to believe that God is basically their God. Okay? Wants y'all to worship that thing. They're worshiping that thing like it has a heartbeat. It has a personality. How? How? If somebody's a person, aren't you supposed to respect them? Aren't you supposed to love your brother and your sister? Aren't you supposed to do all that? Y'all in love with this thing? God told y'all this? No. No, Tim told you this, Megan. And this is not of God. This is of whatever Tim is of. Y'all catch that one? This is whatever Tim is of, allegedly. His God. Because he done made you put your God on the back burner. That's why you're so confused anymore.
It really is amazing because our first day starting on the systems of RC, everything that we wanted to work worked. We were a little bit, let's see, this door kind of catches a little bit. Let's see if I can get it. With one hand, there we go.
Damn, who gonna buy that thing, man? You done broke the caulk out because you didn't know how to fix the outside. You just, oh, we'll put some glue in here. Yeah, girl, that hold it. Who gonna buy that thing? And y'all just smack some paint on it. They won't see that.
Everything that we tried to work with RC actually worked. And
lie number one. No, it didn't. The inverter didn't work, did it? Did the inverter work?
We hooked up the solar. That went really well. So the battery doesn't look to be charging right now. However, we should have a full charge on the battery. So we got the solar going and it works. It's fully operational.
Now, allegedly, Tim, you lie about everything else. You couldn't lie about the solar. I mean, there was no solar coming in there. Did y'all notice that? So how can that thing be off grid? Jump back, like Charlie B said, it's not going to work. Okay, so there's not much sun out there, but it is daytime, right? The sun has to be shining. She had no voltage coming into that. Okay, let me point this out. All right, now, Charlie B, you really don't, you can't tell what's going on out there. I can't? You want me to prove it? Okay, let me prove it right here. You seen it just said 12.1, right? She's going to turn that fan on. That fan is a 12-volt fan. On a battery that's not hooked to anything, it will run for probably about 5 minutes, 7 minutes. It's only 12 volt. But how can I prove that? I'm going to let her talk. And she's going to jump back to the meter, and it's going to say 11.1. It's already dropped from the time she has this little stuff to say. So what does that tell you? In the next 5 minutes, it's going to be off. And then when she's trying to talk about it, because you know Charlie B always hit you with it before. When she's trying to be like, isn't it whisper quiet? You know why it's whisper quiet, Megan? Because the battery's dying. And the fan's not going to go off. It's a 12-volt fan. It's going to keep spinning until it has nothing left to give out that battery. That's why it got so much more quieter when you turned it on. When you turned it on, that's what that first volt dropped to, allegedly. Let's get it, let's go. And then as she continues to talk, do you notice how the fan got lower and lower? It's because the battery's dying. Let's get it, let's go.
And then we were worried, y'all. Let me take y'all outside and show y'all that. We were worried about the inverter because it didn't work when we first hooked it up. We tried to get a spare inverter that we had and hook it up. That didn't work. But we realized that the inverter didn't work because of one little thing. Let me see if I can, oh, here's where we put it. This little remote.
Now, I don't know if y'all trying to bring in new followers or whatever, but everybody's saying jump back on the show. The inverter wouldn't come on because you didn't have the remote. The inverter still didn't work.
This was the kicker. we were able to find this remote, and now the inverter is operational. We haven't tested it yet, but I'm hoping that I have some pencil sharpener still in here. I'm hoping to test that. I have not used this inverter in a very, very long time. I'm not even sure I remember how to work it, but I'm gonna try my hand at it and see if I can get it going.
BTM members, he think y'all the dumbest people on the planet. No, my pastor don't. He love her. He just told you that thing would run a freezer. Jump back of the show. It would run a freezer, right? He drag a freezer out there, Tim. If that thing will run that thing without your car running, I give you $1,000. It's not even a bet. I give you $1,000. If that thing will run for an hour, with your car not running and just hooked to that battery, that deep cycle battery you got, I give you $1,000. That's how sure I am. It won't. Now, when you sit up here and tell somebody it'll run a deep freezer, but then you have to recycle and jump back to having Megan take out something that's this big by this big and put it down and be like, see how it worked? Sharpening a pencil. A deep freezer and that sharpener is two totally different things. You can put batteries in a pencil sharpener and it'll work. Right? Now he wants you to believe this thing will run household product, everything. Without being plugged into your car, prove it to me. If you can prove that to me, I give you $1,000. You can't, and I know I'm gonna keep my money. That's why I'm sure of it. You cannot prove that to me. You can't prove it to nobody. And you sitting up here trying to sell this thing, and it's not built right. It's not built good. It looks like it could fall apart at any time. The front's not connected to the main structure. The main structure just looks raggedy anyway because you did it. And then now you want to tell people this is a happy camper? Happy? And then you want to jump back and say, oh, what did he say, y'all? Happy is the same thing as blessed? Selling somebody that, you're blessing them. Selling them a death trap. Let's go. Whole show alleged.
But y'all, it was so amazing. The first night we had the solar going, the battery was going, we came out, we tested the lights were going, absolutely everything that day that we tried to get working worked.
Line number 3, and she know it, jump back. Didn't she say in the other show, allegedly, that, hey, yeah, y'all, everything worked, but the converter, allegedly, if I can remember right, isn't that what she said in that show? Okay, so now she telling you that everything worked that day. Lie number 3. That's all they could do. She don't even remember that. How Tim say he filmed? What'd she do? She filmed this the same day or the next day. She couldn't even remember her live from 24 hours allegedly? Y'all rock with these people. BTM, be happy. Be happy with your pastor. Because he's not a pastor. He's not a pastor. He's a passer. And you should be passing him by.
You know, we almost had a blooper at the end where we couldn't get the inverter working, but once we found that remote, it worked. The inverter worked. And so
line number 4. The first thing you plugged in that thing was that drill, and it went real slow, made 2 circles like, and the battery died. So go in there and get your freezer so I can give you a gram, bruh.
I cannot believe that we kept up with that little remote all this time, and I was super excited because that literally meant that everything we tried, God was just like, boom, putting his hand on it, touching it, and it worked.
Y'all already proved, Megan, the last show, that everything did not work, right? But you still want to put God in y'all's mess. God put his hands on it and everything worked. We just proved everything didn't work. God has nothing to do with y'all's mess up. And can I tell you this, Tim? And everybody watching this, please don't keep your inverter in the rain. It's an electrical system. This brother's tripping. Like Charlie D always say, do your research. Read the full manual when you get something. You don't leave that outside in the room.
But I was just super excited about that day and what it meant moving forward with working on RC, just because things went so well. But then something amazing happened, and I have to show y'all this. I just can't wait to show y'all this.
Okay, let's jump back. In the beginning, she was talking about this miracle that happened, right? Now, I'm going to break this down for y'all. Don't nobody buy this thing, allegedly. Please. Please. Because what she's about to explain, because you know Charlie B don't wait. I tell you. To me, it's an electrical short. They going to set something or somebody on fire, allegedly. Let's proceed.
Here it is, y'all. That day, we tested this fan. And this over the stove vent hood did not work. We couldn't get it working. We clicked all the buttons. Well, in clicking the buttons, we must have clicked it on and left it on, because the next day, Tim came in the camper, and not only was this fan working, but it was working better than it had ever worked before.
Now, let me explain to you why Charlie B feels that's not right. Okay? My daddy taught me. I've dealt with this. Not no RV, but I've dealt with this. Go turn all the lights on and blah, blah, blah. We working at night. Dad, the light in the main bedroom won't come on. All right. Now, I done left the switch up. Right? We go back upstairs, and that bedroom light was on. Right? Oh, no. He said, I thought you said this room wasn't on. It wasn't. He looked up at the scene and said, oh, that got to come out. Something's wrong, Tim. Either your wiring or that fan needs to go. It's not solar. What did it need to do? Charge? No. There's something wrong in your electrical system, bruh. What y'all think? Y'all, Peanut Gang, come here, let me know. Okay, y'all tell me this. You have a fan in your house. You plug it into the electric. You turn your fan on. It don't work no more, right? You forget to cut it off, like to switch it back to off because it didn't work anyway. You forget to unplug it, right? If 15 minutes later you walk back in that room and that fan is running, is there something wrong with that fan or the electrical system or something? Boom. That's all I have to tell you. Please don't buy this thing or y'all gonna end up in a world of yellow and orange flames. Let's get that, and that's not funny. Let's get it, let's go. Let them keep that thing, and like Peanut Game said, just turn it into the schoolroom. Or just why don't you just move it next to where the boys live on the other side, drive it around there, cut a hole in the wall, and do the same thing you did with the Barnett shed since it was so cool.
Let y'all listen to this. Okay. Did y'all hear that first sound? That screeching noise? That was how that fan sounded the entire time you were running it.
Okay, y'all, no jokey joke. You hear what she just said? I'm not expecting y'all to catch this one, okay? You hear how she said when the fan first started that, and then it calmed down? Right? Okay. Now, she showed us the battery was fully charged and that thing had 12 volts in it, right? So, with that battery being fully charged, when it first comes on, it's going to power surge. Okay, this is some gritted down stuff, but I'm going to break it down for y'all. Okay, Okay, jump back. When I say don't grit it down, with my box, I do not have to have a slow start for my central air unit, right? Because it's so powerful, right? But most boxes, if you're using something like that and trying to run your home, or you're trying to run a gas generator on it, you need to have your AC man come out and put something called a slow start on your air conditioner, where it doesn't, you know how all y'all's ACs come on hard, and then what do? They just run, right? It's like a fan. You really can't even hear it, right? Okay. Megan, you know what you were explaining? That you have an old system. It's not this new stuff with the energy safe stuff and all that. Because with the energy safe stuff, if you didn't have enough power to run that thing, it would cut off, right? Now listen to this. I'm gonna break it down for y'all. She's just said that when they used to start that thing, it was always in that noise mode, right? Well, y'all was trying to run all the lights in the camper and everything else. So that meant y'all was barely getting enough juice. And what does that mean? You are testing that system. And what does that mean? That fan you have in there was stuck on startup mode the whole time y'all had that thing. Which meant what? When it start on startup mode, it's more voltage. It's running harder, it's running faster. That fan, from what you're saying is, allegedly you could have burnt that thing down. You could have burned down because the fan is not operating normally. The only reason it's working today and you don't realize that, you have no lights on in that thing. That battery has 12 volts in it fully, and that is a 12 volt fan. So it kicked into the battery. The battery had enough because it's a deep cycle battery, okay? It had enough to hit the upcharge and then calm down, okay? What did Tim say? Jump back. Before we was just using just regular car battery. You could have messed you, them kids, and Tim up. Y'all all could have been in a world of mess and would have had nothing because how long would it have took for the fire department to get there? Whole show alleged. Charlie B's not an electrician. I'm just telling you what I know as of something stuck in startup mode and running hard as it can because you're not really pulling the voltage you need, and you have an old system. Well, Tim, where'd you get that thing? That thing is old. That fan? It's older than the camper, allegedly. Where'd you get that? Man, let's go.
But now you hear this very light hum. Let me get close so you can hear. That's what it sounds like now. So apparently, maybe because it ran all night, which it's a miracle on the battery. Okay, it's not showing how.
Now, do you see how with the upcharge, that thing took a whole volt off that battery? It's still gonna run until it get down to probably about 9 or something. Like I said, jump back until the lowest voltages go out and the fan's just gonna spin down until it stops. Okay, now that's all we're gonna talk about this electric thing. No, it's not, because Tim, jump back. I just thought about it. Don't let your boys go out there by themselves and stay in that thing. Please, please, don't do that.
Charged it is, but it's amazing on the battery. It worked all night, not a problem.
We on line number 4 or line number 5. I'm starting to lose track. I can't tell. Ask anybody in your family. I know. Come on, y'all. Y'all know electricians. Ask them if that old school fan, a 12 volt fan, will run all night on a battery. That fan exactly for a mobile home. And I'm gonna tell you this. No, you don't even have no electricity. You know anybody put car stereos in? I'll tell you this. Leave your amp on all night running on a 12 volt battery. Your car amp. Like say you got a system in your car, stereo system. If that amp stays on all night, you're not playing no music. You're not bumping nothing. Ain't nobody been in your car, you ain't went nowhere. When you go out there and get in your car the next day, if you got a good enough system, just from that red light and them amps being on, click, your amps will kill your battery. Now you want me to believe, Tim, that fan ran all night on that deep cycle battery? Lies. Let's see if we can find him up.
And the sound, it must have just clicked in because that horrible screeching sound that you hear is how this fan sounded the entire time you were running it. And now it's like whisper quiet. Like whisper quiet. I could hardly even run that fan before, and you had to run it.
Jump back. That's the point I'm trying to make. You hear how quiet the fan is now? The battery's dying. The battery is dying, and it's going to die down. The fan's going to die down with the battery. It's going to take, it says a 12-volt fan, but it's going to take all the current it has until it just shuts down. That's why it's quiet right here while she's talking. Now, let's proceed into Megan showing you that, oh yeah, I told y'all everything worked. I'm going to plug in this pencil sharpener. Watch how long it takes her to sharpen a pencil. And he's going to tell you this is supposed to run TVs. The boys like, yeah, we got a TV stay up all night. No, you can't. Boys, I'm sorry, your daddy lied to you. That's lie number 5 or 6. He lied to you. No, you can't. No, you can't. Not unless he bring a rooster or something out there and hook up some cables or something and let his car run all night. That's the only way you going to pop, sons. Uncle Charlie got y'all, I'm telling you. Just go to your daddy like, Daddy, you lied to us? Uncle Charlie said, this ain't gonna work. Yes, and it's not, okay? You can't watch TV there all night if ain't nothing plugged into that battery to support the battery. The alternator has to support the battery to support a 12-volt charge constantly to the battery to support the voltage coming from your inverter to turn the inverter into household usable. Make sense, y'all? Make sense? A car battery is supposed to run forever for no reason? Let's go, babe.
And now the fan works. And it just gives me so much hope for the oven and for the refrigerator that we're going to try and see if the refrigerator works. And we're going to try and see if we can fix the oven. So I'm excited about the possibility of those things working as well. And even if they don't, I'm sure the Lord has something in store. He has some type of solution for us. So I cannot wait to see him work and display his power, because, you know, it's like him saying, hey, if I can fix a fan, what can I do with you? What can I do with your heart? What can I do with you spiritually if I can make all things new?
Okay, I'm gonna break down to y'all why I feel like this is all wrong. And Peanut Game, y'all come in here and tell me. I'm like, oh, I'll tell you, I don't care. I'm a man with a 10th grade education, all right? But I still feel like I'm smart enough to know when I'm being deceived, and I'm smart enough to know from what I know about the book that this is wrong, okay? Okay, this is how I look at life. Megan, that is a mechanical object, okay? In my opinion, I think it has an electrical short. In your opinion, you think God fixed it. Okay, that's on you, allegedly. Now, this is my point. When your car breaks down, who you take it to, y'all? A mechanic? Now, did God fix your car, or did God give that mechanic the skills to fix your car? Right? Allegedly, I don't know, y'all. This is just my opinion. Okay, if your computer breaks and you have to take it to a little dude that everybody be trying to laugh at and stuff, but he's got more money than everybody else and he's smarter than everybody else to fix your computer. Did God fix your computer, or did God give that man the gift to learn and process these things on how to fix your computer? That's just how Charlie B thinks. It's blessings. God gives people blessings to fix mechanical objects. Okay. Can Tim fix a computer right now if it breaks? No. Did God give the man who can fix it the gifts to do it? Or did God just say, phone don't work? God, please, my phone ain't working. It worked now. These are all gifts. These are all blessings that people have that are in their field. These are what you took from Megan. You feel me? And I guess that's why you don't understand this. And that's why you're preaching to her, because she only gets God through you, that it is the way it is. Allegedly.
So that was super encouraging to me to see that fan, to hear that fan now working and be operational. Before, I think I actually tried to record a cooking video once in the camper and had that fan on, and I couldn't even record the video, but now it's just whisper quiet. So
Megan, you a good salesman. You basically told everybody, if that fan goes out, what y'all just hear? If that fan goes out, y'all can't even stand here if you're trying to cook. And allegedly, I'm pretty sure in my mind, they don't even have a roof fan on that thing. They don't have that. I see the air conditioner sitting inside of there, the house air conditioner that you're supposed to put in the, you know, that sit on the floor and then you run the pipe and put in the window. I seen that sitting in there. Y'all don't have a fan or nothing in there. And y'all trying to sell this thing talking about how good it is. And Megan just told you that you can't cook in there if that fan ain't working. Right? Now, Megan, have you ever heard this expression? Since you think that mobile home is living? You ever heard the expression, and this really works with electrical stuff. You ever heard the expression, no jokey joke. Sometimes, since you think it's living, sometimes people rally before they die. And since you're not in your book anymore, let me bring you back. That means they could be real, real sick, and then you go see them and they feel real, real good, and the next day, God's taking them home. Right? Okay, so since you believe this thing has a heart, soul, spirit, an ID number, a driver's license, it's an individual. How old? What do you say? It's a 70 something, 80 something. Yeah, it's got a driver's license, right? So, with all that being said, how do you expect to sell this thing and you keep showing everybody it's junk? You keep telling everybody everything that's wrong with it and everything you can't do. Tim Jump Back came on here talking about, this ain't really something you want. This ain't really something you want to stay in all day. This is just for basically sleeping and going to the bathroom. That's it. So basically, you're going to buy this thing to have to buy a tent to kick it outside because number one, it's going to be hot. Number two, y'all might have to have somewhere to go if that fan go out, and y'all need to cook in there. Let's go, man. Good salesman. Let's see how many RVs you sell, bro.
I also want to give y'all an update about the paint in our Resurrection camper, whose identity is Happy Camper, and that is, I sat with the barnyard gray, y'all, for a second. And I'm thinking that it's just a little too dark and drab for a Resurrection camper that we've named Happy Camper. So we are going to go with the chain reaction instead of barnyard gray. I think.
Yeah, I know which one you want, girl. You want the one you painted the most out of. Jump back. You like this? Yeah, I think that good too. I think that good. He made y'all watch that whole show to change his mind to exactly what he wanted. Megan, you never get what you want, even when he asks you. Do you see what's going on? Now, let her talk some more into about how they're gonna go buy some paint now. And I bet you it's not gonna be exterior. Because they watch us and they read the comments. Now she's going to talk about buying some paint and all this stuff. And it's going to be kind of long, y'all, because she's going to talk about budget and all this. They're broke again. Jump back. We're money. We can get this. We can do this for people. Yeah. Now we don't need to. Well, at first we was this, where we could sell meat, give meat away and all that. Now we ain't even got to sell nothing. We so abundant. Jump back. Now, he doesn't even go down to Resurrection Ranch no more. He has not that to take care of. Now, Megan's talking about budget down there. Right? Okay, why? We've already jumped back. There is no budget on IAG, right? $20,000 tractors, $10,000 zero turns. Well, $9,000 zero turns. Let me be correct, allegedly, from what he said. But I got somebody that I talked to and told me her husband had one, and then he had all the bells and whistles so he could cut grass at night. He even had lights on it, and it didn't cost that much. But that's neither here nor there. Okay? Shout out to Mrs. Bonnie Boo and Mr. Bill. Respectfully. Rest in peace, bro. I don't know what's going on here, y'all, and I don't think y'all know either, and we will never know because we're not beep, 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 and not in a happy way. You feel what I'm saying? Our brains aren't gone. You know what I'm saying? Our brains aren't going through the roof, right? So, if you look back at everything, how can everybody see that this whole show has been a manipulation of people, have been a whole lie, and constructed to where these boys, sad man, have no education? Because why? I don't want to. Allegedly, I'm gonna just say it. Allegedly, their mama didn't teach them to read. You know why? If you'd have taught them to read, the show would have been a lot better, Megan, because of this. You were so busy, and Megan, I understand you now. And I understand, like me, I get up at 4:30, all that stuff, bags under my eyes and stuff. I understand now why. You're tired. Because you didn't teach your boys to read, allegedly. And you have to teach them their script by reading it to them, allegedly. Yeah. Boom! You ever thought of that one? You ever thought of that one? Lack of parenting, being a homeschool mom. But these boys have to learn scripts. How are they learning them? She has to learn her script, allegedly. And then she has to teach the boys what Tim wants them to say. Are we just adding to her daily what she has to do? All because you decided to throw the book out the window. Tell God, I got a man now. You going to hell, allegedly. You told God, basically, jump back. I don't listen to what you say. I break it down. My show yesterday proved that you told God, I'd rather listen to this man instead of you. And what you've been telling me all my life is so confusing because it's the book, Megan. It's going to be confusing. Tim's trying to tell you the easiest way out. And you want to take that route. But when you close your eyes, and I hope everybody knows what I mean when she closed her eyes. It's not going to be, you're not going to think you're going, probably. I don't know where you're going. God might forgive everybody. I'm not Tim. I can't tell nobody what God going to do. He might forgive you because he realizes, I don't know. I can't speak for God. I'm not Tim. But I really believe my Lord and Savior forgives hardly. But you got to repent. And if you don't do that, I'm sorry for you. And you're teaching the boys this whole mess. And we don't need them wherever y'all going, allegedly. We don't need them going down there because they followed you. That's why I jumped back. I said, I can't speak for God, but I think the way y'all raising these boys, God's gonna have some mercy on them. Because he know they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. And they know nothing but what you teach and what your husband preaches to them. Right? So if that's the case, I hope and I pray that God has, because I don't know what God, I don't speak for that. I don't speak for that man. I can't. And you shouldn't either, Tim, because you're not a man of God. And that's what's really making me angry. But my anger is funny. I can't get upset. I can't. For what? It ain't gonna help. Well, me being mad at anything is gonna help. Me wrecking my car. Me getting upset with her. Would that help? No. That's what insurance is for. I mean, there's always an answer to something. And you know what I believe? Why I feel this way and I can laugh everything off? It's because I believe in God. You get angry. I'm sorry, y'all. I done wasted y'all's time. I'm sorry. Let's go back in the show, man.
That it's just a better fit. It's a lot lighter and brighter, and just coming in a camper for a few days and looking at it and seeing it at night, seeing it at different times of the day, I think that the chain reaction will be better. Yes, I was trying to be cheap and go with what we had, and I definitely would if there was no money in the budget, but I'm hoping that we could just squeeze out just a can of paint to be able to paint all of these cabinets and for it still to be light and bright.
This don't make no sense, man. This don't make light and bright. It's coming in at day. Oh, that was it. Coming in at day and night. I just say I sing it and change color and that. You know how you sound. You know how you sound. Jump back. Do you know how supportive you was of the whole thing being white and having a little bit of darker color on the cabinets for contrast and stuff like that? You remember all that? Tim broke you down, didn't he? Broke you down. And now, I think the chair, it usually spins me and I go that way. Right? But it really kicked me out. You're dry bagging again. Okay, now y'all, I'm gonna tell you this. Charlie B, you tripping, babe. No, I'm reacting, okay? Now, when Miss Lily was on the Resurrection Ranch, right? And IAG was still popping, right? And you had your P2P that you thought was gonna go somewhere, right? Ain't it funny how y'all talking about all this abundance? Jump back, didn't I tell you, you can't live off of YouTube, Tim? You can't. Jump back, didn't I tell you? You can't go buy a brand new car and stuff just because this month you made a lot of money. No. Because what if something happens? Then you put you and your family in jeopardy, right? And allegedly, is that what you've done? For this, for this reason. Now IAG is on a budget. Resurrection Ranch is now on IAG. Do you not have enough gas to get 5 minutes down the road, bruh? I'm just asking, man. I try to hold it. With your debt-free self, your bills was high, ain't it? How much that tractor cost a month? How much that tractor and zero turn costing you a month? We're using Megan's credit. Huh? Because Megan, jump back, done already said, there's some stuff we gotta pay for, but we still debt-free. How? If you still paying for stuff, you looking like everybody else, you know better than anybody else, and then while Tim want to talk about, you gotta do better, you gotta be up here, you gotta... How can you do better and be up here if you with us? Huh? Because I ain't gonna lie, Charlie B doing good, but I look at it like this. If my daughter and my son want to go to school, I'm screwed. They 6 and 7, bro. By the time they get to college, what's that gonna cost? $600,000-$700,000? That I ain't got. No, I'm not you. I don't lie. Like, so this is my point. You gonna sit up here and have your wife come out here and make a fool of herself? A fool. And we all know that you think that you are king. Like, you think this narcissist, bro, you need to go get some help, man. And as they say, narcissists will never go get help. But I'm telling you now, man, please, Megan, Grandma Lily, your sisters, your brothers, anybody watching this, y'all need to come together and just, y'all, intervention. This brother needs something. Sit him down and just tell him, you got your wife saying this, you saying this, it don't make no sense. Let's go, man.
And if we're going to name this camper Happy Camper and give it the identity, we want it to match up. So we're going to invest in a can of paint, and we are going to paint these cabinets now the lighter gray color.
Okay, now, she's dry begging for 1 can of paint. She's dry begging for 1 can of paint, y'all. Now, how many people do y'all think that respect them and love them? Oh, here's $20 for the paint. Here's $20 for the paint. Here's $20 for the paint. They probably got $1,000 for paint, right? Now, I know people come here like, Charlie B, you sound jealous. This is my point. For all the people who sent them $20 or something like that for the paint or any money for the paint, and no, take that back. I don't want to put none of that on y'all. I feel, Charlie B feel, that this is not of God and it's some demonic stuff. Are y'all getting further away from God by supporting this man with y'all's money? With y'all really believing in this and y'all giving y'all's money, are y'all supporting? I'm not saying nothing, I'm asking. Are y'all supporting demonic spirits? And if you support a demonic spirit, Charlie B feel like, where does that put your soul? Where are you going to end up in your spiritual being with the Lord? Because you're not supporting the Lord. Because obviously, if you're paying into Tim, you're not going to church or nothing like that, allegedly. And you're getting your church like I do, which there's nothing wrong with that. Get your church anywhere you can from YouTube. But my whole point is this. If you are paying into something that might be demonic, where does that lead you as far as your soul and your safety with the Lord? I don't know. I'm asking.
I had an idea, y'all. I had an idea that we could go with a little bit brighter blue, maybe even something more turquoise, like a greenish blue, something a little bit happier and peppier, or just, it could be a blue like this, but just brighter. So when we go to pick up our chain reaction paint, we will also get some test paints and test some different colors of blue on our Resurrection Camper.
Allegedly, y'all are that dumb. Y'all gonna paint that with house paint? That thing needs automotive paint. It needs to be sprayed, Tim. How many of y'all want to buy a camper that they going thousands of dollars for, right? With no toilet, really? You gotta pee in this and poop in a bag and all that. How many of y'all would buy that? And they go paint it with a household paint. It's not gonna be sprayed. It's not gonna look good. They're gonna put the same paint. Tim and Megan gonna paint it. Remember, she said she was painting it. So they think they can put household paint on that thing. All right, y'all. I just realized I've been on here almost an hour. I don't like to waste your time. Let's get into them sharpening this pencil. But y'all come here and tell me, would y'all buy a car that somebody took a brush to? Oh yeah, Tim. We gonna sell this Honda for about $15,000. No. When we go to Home Depot, they don't sell automotive paint. Think of that one.
component for a pencil sharpener to work, you actually have to have a pencil to sharpen.
Charlie B, grit down, baby. Couldn't turn it on, could you, Megan? The converter needs exactly at least 12 volts to run. You dropped that thing down trying to prove your point with that fan. Where were you walking from after Tim allegedly charged up that battery to get the converter to come back on? Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch it? Where was she coming from to walk that far to get a pencil? She was standing right in front of it. Looked like she was walking from the house or the barn, like she was. Thing had to charge up, allegedly, y'all. Why'd they have to cut it for her to get a pencil that was right around the corner in the door? First 48, y'all need to call it, brother. I've never worked for you, though.
So now I gotta go and actually test the pencil sharpener to see if it works.
Tim, you know how bad you look? Was sending her to get a pencil that was already sharpened? Let's go, man.
It works!
That's supposed to run a freezer? You hear that pencil sharpener was struggle bus? Yes or no? Was that pencil sharpener? Struggle bus. What does that say to you? It was struggling to get power, but that's supposed to run a freezer, the TVs, and everything else y'all want to put in there and be off grid. I tell you this. I need $5,000. You plug that air conditioner you got sitting in there. Show everybody it runs every appliance. It takes care of you off grid. Show everybody that. I need 5 G's if you can run that air conditioner off that converter. Okay. All right? Bet you can't prove me wrong. And the way you talking, you need it. All right? And I'm wrong because, like I told y'all, I got some things to work out. I'm not all the way right with the Lord yet because your boy do gamble. Basketball season, and yeah, I do. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I gamble. But this ain't a bet, Tim. Pull that air conditioner out of there, plug it into that converter, and prove to us it'll run for an hour. I bet you can't. Jump back. You just told everybody what that thing will do. And you don't even know what it'll do. I know what it'll do. That's why this isn't even a bet, y'all. And I don't want y'all to be like, oh, Charlie B just throwing. No. I can prove, as money hungry as he is, oh, he'll sue me for this money if he can prove it. That's why I'm making a statement. That's all Charlie B got for you today. And he can't. So for any of y'all that buy that thing, please don't buy that thing and think that y'all are first time buyers and this thing it's something, y'all don't have much money and y'all want to do this and go camping and be off grid and all this and this will support you. Please don't do that. That's the only reason I'm throwing money out here today. That's it. That's it. Because it will not. Point taken. When she showed you, it said 12.1 before she turned the fan on. She even admitted, there's no solar coming in. Right? And it just looked like a cloudy day outside. The sun has to be bright. Plug that solar panel in and prove to everybody that you know what you're talking about. Now, this is where we're going before I leave. He's working on a camper, RV, right? Okay. He's talking about start remodeling homes and building homes and all this. If the electric's bad in that RV, would you want him to build your home? Charlie B. Love y'all. I'm out. Y'all be easy. I'm sorry the show took too long today. I know some people gonna be like, it's Father's Day, Charlie B. Why you do this? Because some fathers ain't got nowhere to go. Some fathers don't leave the house. Some fathers, you know what I'm saying? And like I did for moms. Any brother out there that lost a son or a daughter from Peanut Gang, we with you today, bro. And I know you don't want to go nowhere. You might not have nothing to do. So Charlie B gave you something. You know what I'm saying? So you got something to watch other than the TV mess. I'm going to be back later. Grid Down. And we're going to get into some stuff on Grid Down tonight, y'all. Y'all be easy. I love y'all. I'm out.